Fraternities, good or bad. The media and other citizens say bad, but the brothers of Alpha Kappa Lambda say otherwise. Let's hear what they have to say about their fraternity.
I didn't join a frat. I joined a brotherhood.
Oh, and by the way, for my time here at Alpha Kappa Lambda, I learned that the correct term is fraternity, not frat.
I think what makes Alpha Kappa Lambda stick out is that we don't settle for the frat stereotype. We go out of our way to make sure that people don't associate us with a frat. We're fraternity men, not frat boys.
Like the Animal House, the neighbors, the stereotype is always drinking, always partying, always doing drugs, disrespecting women, generally just being very self-absorbed, very selfish. But I think AKL, what we do above all is that we look out for our fellow brothers and for society, for the college campus as a whole, before ourselves. I think that's the biggest takeaway people will hopefully have from AKL, is that we look outside of ourselves instead of within.
One of our biggest things, we don't haze. We treat all of our pledges with respect, as we think they should give us too. We never disrespect them, and it seems like a great process, because in that process we become brothers with them, just as they come into our fraternity and become brothers with us.
My dad always told me that I should never join a fraternity when I came to school. He grew up in a different time when hazing was a big thing. And the one thing that really stood out from Alpha Kappa Lambda was that we do not haze. And hazing was a big thing. I would not let that happen to anybody, and I don't like that kind of thing. So that's what stuck out to me.
The media incredibly sways the characteristics of Greek life. I didn't join a frat. I joined a brotherhood, and I keep reminding myself that it's not a frat, it's a brotherhood for men to better themselves and to make better society. And I can go on and on about it, but it's not for the partying, it's not for whatever people join frats for. It's for a better life.
When I think of Alpha Kappa Lambda, I'm always thinking about our community service and meaning what we say. We believe in brotherhood, we believe in Judeo-Christian principles, we believe in leadership. And those aren't just things we say at the beginning of every meeting. Those are things that we thoroughly do and what we believe in. We have our philanthropy, these hands don't hurt. And when we think of that, we always think that is our primary objective. We don't want to abuse women, we don't want to abuse men, we don't want to abuse anybody. We want to be men of our word and men of character.
The last thing my dad said to me when I left for college was don't join a frat. And I didn't. I joined AKL, I joined a brotherhood, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
In 2014, the Gamma Nu chapter, that's us here at Mansfield, won the AKL Community Service Award, logging just under 3,000 hours of community service. I listened to what my fellow brothers had to say about our efforts.
Community service. We've done 3,000 hours of community service last year. This year we're currently up to around 1,100. We give back. We try to take away that stigma that we are a frat boy. We are fraternity men, giving back to the campus, giving back to each other, giving back to ourselves. And we strive for excellence. We donate money, and we stay involved.
We do a lot of community service also. I mean, we've helped out the animal shelters. I've also went to that. I mean, it's a very good organization.
Community service is a great thing for AKL. We do a lot of hours. Last year, I believe we had to write around 3,000 hours. And it's an amazing experience working with so many different services. We help a lot of different community aspects, which is really nice.
The community service aspect, I'm big with community service. I was a firefighter back at home, and being able to come to school and not being able to do as much community service because I was so involved with school. Alpha Kappa Lambda does give us many options. We're given options every week to do some kind of community service, if it's working with an animal shelter or if it's going to His Thousand Hills, which is a community service that we do things all day for a Christian camp. So I got some good opportunities to do some community service.
I asked my fellow brothers of AKL how they felt about a sense of brotherhood they get while being in our fraternity.
In one word, brotherhood. I really feel an unbreakable bond with my brothers that can never be broken, no matter what happens. And I really think that's a unique characteristic Alpha Kappa Lambda has as opposed to other fraternities.
The brotherhood's great. I feel closer to my brothers than I have ever felt to anyone in my life.
The thing that stuck out to me the most about Alpha Kappa Lambda was, the sense of brotherhood and the idea of going out and helping others, whether, it deals with the community or, on campus or whatever for that matter. I mean, it was a very nice atmosphere compared to others. I felt very comfortable. And the sense of brotherhood, I mean, having two brothers myself, it was just a really good feeling, and that was the thing that made me come around to pick Alpha Kappa Lambda.
Coming to school, I'm a shy guy at first until I get to know people. So I didn't really have many friends coming into school, and I knew I could benefit people being friends because I've had friends that come to me and be confidants in me, but I need people to go to. So going out, they've made me more open, more fun, I believe, and more of just a more well-rounded person.
Alpha Kappa Lambda is a brotherhood fraternity. We are very close. We are always doing events with each other, even if it's going up to dinner at 5 o'clock every single day, doing lunch at 11:30, 12:30. I'm always with my brothers, even if it's just a little friendly game of hockey and KFC or some basketball. We're always together, and that's what stands out and makes Alpha Kappa Lambda a little bit different than every fraternity.
The difference between Alpha Kappa Lambda and many of the other fraternities is that while other brothers in other fraternities do have a very cohesive fraternity, I definitely believe that we do have a more cohesive, more unified group of men. And we care a lot more about each other than I see. We tend to not get as many verbal arguments as I've seen other fraternities do very publicly. And when we do have any kind of issue, we address it with each other, and we talk to each other as brothers and as friends, and we want to find a nice medium happy ground so that we can move forward with our lives.
Well, you see, I grew up with my mom and my sister, so I had no brothers really to speak of. So I think, especially coming to college, especially joining rather late in my college career, the idea of brotherhood really appealed to me as like a group of guys who you could go to when you need them, in times of bad, in times of good. They're always there. And now you're not always close to everybody in it, but you know all of them, and you know that. And when it gets down to it, they'll have your back.
My fellow brothers of AKL told me about the lasting impact Alpha Kappa Lambda has made on their life.
Oh, within my life, I would have never been as strong of a leader as I've been. I've had many different opportunities to be IFC president, being IFC president, vice president of my own fraternity. I wouldn't have had as much confidence. I might not have even been in school. There was a time my freshman year when I wasn't sure if college was right for me, and the guys in the fraternity, the brothers, my brothers, they showed me the different path to take to show that how successful I can be was a reflection of how well the fraternity can be.
It's made a tremendous impact on my life. Since I've joined Alpha Kappa Lambda, I feel like I've gained so much experience in many fields that I never would have had the opportunity to had I not joined.
Well, whenever I first came to Mansfield, I knew maybe one or two people I met at orientation over the summer, and coming in, it's a very stressful time coming right into college, not knowing very many people. So going right into the fraternity, pledging, it was a very good experience, having to get to know a certain amount of people with the different backgrounds, the diversity that you had to go through and get to know them. So I mean, they taught me a lot about who I am as myself, being my character, and accepting who everybody else is and not judging them just by the way they look.
Alpha Kappa Lambda has made an impact on my life. When I first came to college, I'm from New Jersey, so I'm a little far away. I didn't have any friends coming to college. I knew my roommate from talking to him over the summer, but I talked to a few people in Alpha Kappa Lambda over the summer. And coming to college, not knowing anybody, it was a great impact to finally find some brothers who I've never had before in my life, so I've never had that figure. And coming here and being able to have 20 brothers, it was a great impact on my life.
I can honestly say joining AKL was the single greatest decision of my college career and probably my life. It has made me excel as a student, as a person, as a human being in society, and I'm incredibly thankful for it.
In the past year, the Gamma Nu chapter of Alpha Kappa Lambda has accomplished great things. We won the 2014 AKL Chapter of the Year Award at our Centennial Conclave, along with the 2014 Community Service Award. In addition, AKL placed first in Greek Week 2014, our second first-place finish.
I believe in the 5 ideals of Alpha Kappa Lambda fraternity and subscribe to an emphasis on Judeo-Christian principles, leadership, scholarship, loyalty, and self-support.
I believe in brotherhood as friendship of the highest calling.
I accept membership in Alpha Kappa Lambda as affiliation that is binding for life.
I pledge myself to treat others as I would have them treat me.
I shall respect the opinions of others.
I shall commit myself to a solemn membership in Alpha Kappa Lambda that is an educationally and socially maturing process.
So the goal of this process is achieving a wholeness of manhood that is prepared to assume leadership responsibilities and fulfilling the obligations of life.
Gentlemen, if you're ready for something bigger than yourself, join Alpha Kappa Lambda.
If you have an opportunity to go Greek, go Greek.
It's an incredible experience, and I think that anybody that has the opportunity to join a fraternity like this should do so.
Alpha Kappa Lambda was a huge impact on my life, and it's probably one of the greatest decisions I've ever made. Being able to sit here and call them my brothers for life is one of the greatest things that I could have in my life right about now.